Hi, my name is Jason Manning, and in 2011 I spent 2 months trekking in Nepal, and to this day Nepal is probably my most favorite country that I've ever been to. I love the simplicity of trekking every day and being able to stay at guest houses where they can cook food for you and you can have a bed to stay in. With that said, the amount of gear you need for hiking in Nepal is much more simpler than if you were having to carry all your own supplies. And so I just wanted to make a short video of the gear I brought, or a gear list of the gear I would bring if I were to go again. Yeah, just really simple. Basically all you need is a sleeping bag, you need your clothing and your toiletries, and then just sort of your electronics like entertainment, cards, camera, and that sort of stuff. So it's really, really simple. And so this is what I would bring. Right. Let's go footwear. Hiking boots, walking shoes, doesn't matter, keep it simple. But also keep in mind that you will be walking several hundred kilometers, so something that's durable. Pair of flip-flops for when the day is over is really good, just to give your feet a break. Nothing too special, just regular flip-flops. Waterproof stuff sack for a sleeping bag. -8 sleeping bag, or sorry, -7, correct myself. I found -7 was warm enough. This is a down sleeping bag. Synthetic would also work. I wouldn't really fuss too much about the sleeping bag. The thing you mainly want to focus on is getting a good temperature rating, because it can get cold at higher altitude. Cotton sleeping bag liner, silk is lighter, both work well. It's just nice to have when the days are nice and hot and you don't need your down sleeping bag to stay warm at night. It's also nice because it keeps your sleeping bag a lot cleaner. All right, this is a stuff sack, not really, it's just more of a bag. Pillowcase would work. It's for the clothing that you carry. It's just nice to be able to compartmentalize some of your clothing so it can get pulled out and put into your backpack easier. All right, waterproof jacket. Didn't rain a lot in Nepal when I was there. You could possibly leave this at home if you're feeling bold and you want to save some weight. Insulated jacket. Love this thing. Packs down fairly small and it's really warm. It also dries really quickly. This is a synthetic fabric. Down will also work. The only thing is with down is it's not going to retain its warmth as well when it gets wet. Merino wool, long sleeve shirt. Polartec is another fabric that also works really well. Just something to keep yourself a little bit warm when you're hiking or sitting around a campfire or eating dinner. Just a wicking t-shirt, something light, something that dries quickly. Just keep it simple. Pair of nylon shorts. Nylon shorts are extremely durable. They dry extremely quickly. And these also have a liner in the inside, which I love because I don't have to bring underwear or boxers. so it just saves a little bit of extra space. Wool socks or whatever socks you feel comfortable hiking in. Bring 2 pairs. It's nice to have a pair to swap in or out. One different thicknesses as well. Just gives you a little bit more variety. Toque. Keep your head warm. Love it. Any old toque will work. Buff. Basically, it's like a thinner toque. And it is great for anything, keeping your neck warm, putting over your eyes when you want to keep it dark at night, or just sort of whatever purpose you need. A buff is great. Alright, this is a pair of cycling tights. Excuse me. They have zippers at the bottom, which is great because you can unzip these things and then get them out over top of your hiking boots a lot easier. Just something to keep you a little bit warm when it's getting chilly and you're hiking, or when you're not walking and need some extra warmth. And then I'd also maybe consider bringing a pair of just long johns. Merino wool, Polar Tech, both good fabrics that work and keep warm and dry fairly quickly. I wouldn't necessarily hike in these. They're more so for end of day. Pair of gloves. Any old gloves will do. Travel towel. Not 100% necessary, but nice to have. You can get a little sweaty in the lower altitude parts, and it can get quite hot in Nepal. So it's nice to have a shower and dry off, but when it's hot, you can always use a t-shirt to dry off too, right? So, optional item. Every good adventure needs a good adventure hat. Alright, that's pretty much it for the clothing. It all fits into there. Alright, let's see what else. Went over this already. Book or an e-reader. You might not be able to get access to books when you're out in the remote areas, or even just trekking in the popular areas. So bring a big book, a book that will last the whole trip, or fill up an e-reader. Passport, watch, cell phone, but more so a gadget for audio, music, podcasts, headphones, camera. Nepal's really pretty. GoPro would work, but it's really pretty over there. So nice camera is nice. And then of course your chargers for whatever you need. With the chargers, when you're tea house trekking, you usually have to pay for electricity. So try to keep in mind using things that don't drain too much power. Cards, really nice. I played a ton of solitaire even when I was by myself when I was in Nepal. Journal, pen, little tripod for the camera, wallet, and this one is a 4-liter hydration bag. I used a 2-liter when I was there. I don't have it anymore. But 2-liter was more than adequate. If you take a larger one, you risk filling it up too much and then having to carry a lot of extra weight. 2 liters was awesome amount. Simple first aid kit. Simple head torch. Didn't use this that much, but it was nice to have when I did need to use it. And finally, toiletries. Just a little bag or a big Ziploc bag would work for the toiletry bag. Toothbrush, toothpaste, earplugs because I hate noise at night, lip balm, clippers, very nice for keeping your toenails short, soap, toilet paper. Nice to have because usually a lot of times in Nepal it'll just be a bucket of water instead of toilet paper. And aqua tabs. Calculate how much water you'll need to drink per day and then multiply that number by the number of days you plan to be hiking, and carry enough aqua tabs for the whole trek. You can buy these in Kathmandu. I never got sick drinking the water when I was there. I always use these. These are really cheap, way cheaper than having to pay for bottled water. Ooh, sunscreen, good idea. .38-liter Kestrel Osprey pack. I find around 30 to 40 liters for this kind of adventure more than adequate. If you bring a bigger pack, you will tend to fill it. So bring a smaller pack. You really don't need a lot of stuff for going to Nepal if you're tea house trekking. This pack is durable, versatile, and everything fits inside. Super nice. I will show you how that is done in just a second. And a pack cover. Like I said, it didn't rain a lot when I was in Nepal, but when it does rain, it is nice to have. Sleeping bag gets shoved into the bottom because you're not going to need it throughout the day. Camera can get tossed on the top for easy access. All right, that gets tossed in there. Cord can come around onto the front, and you can have easy access to water, which is really nice. This can also get shoved into here. All right, so that is everything packed up. Really simple. Final thing I forgot to mention, sunglasses. If you've ever looked at snow when it's sunny out, you'll want sunglasses. Alright, so everything is packed up. Everything left out is gear I would be wearing while hiking. And as you can see, 38-liter bag, and there is still a ton of space up top for food. You don't really need to carry a lot of food because you can get it at guest houses, but snacks like biscuits or chocolate bars, which are easy to get everywhere over there, are available. Side pouches, these things here are also empty for your camera or whatever you want to put in there. Same with these. So I've kept it really simple. But that's it. Pack doesn't weigh that much with all the gear in there, so you don't need a porter in Nepal. You can totally do it yourself. The only thing not in this video that I would take is a guidebook, which you can totally get in Kathmandu or get it before you leave. Either way, that was the only thing that's missing. So let me know what you think. Leave a comment, or if there's anything else you want me to go into greater detail about, let me know, and go to Nepal. It is awesome.